the military school. I went to the military school, and this is a story for another video, but afterwards, I didn't really know what the fuck to do. Changed my mind on going to the military. Probably could make like 3 videos on just that alone. You know, no male example in the family, really. My grandpa, I love him, but he's not much of a talker. Also, yeah, he just isn't much of a talker, you know what I mean? I figured, what the fuck? My friend is going to France for a summer job on a fucking melon field. That's also a story for another video. It was a hard job, but I mean, I did grow up on the countryside. It's not like I've never done anything on the field before. It was miserable, but you know, it's something. It gives you experience, you know, it's a learning experience. It's better to do something more or less maybe productive than fucking nothing, you know. That's a good advice that I wish somebody fucking told me. If you're lost in life, just do whatever, so long as it's not the craziest shit. Just do something. The correct path is not gonna reveal itself to you randomly during the sleep or something. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not a movie. An angel is not gonna come from the heavens and tell you, you have to do engineering. So the summer, that was like a short thing. I just worked there over the summer. So it was like, what, 3 months, I think? 2 or 3 months. Probably 2. Then after I came back, well, both times before I went to France and after I came back and was planning on going to London, I argued with my parents like crazy. And when I mean parents, I don't ever include my father into that definition, because he was never part of like my parents. He's never fucking been around, so he doesn't count. I just talk about my mom, my grandma, granddad, and my aunt. That's who I refer to when I say my parents. It's never my father. Well, I argued with them like crazy because they're, like I said, they're all kind of wacky. They're all wacky. They're extremely overprotective, extremely prone to panic. Just like very fucking hard to make them agree to anything. But I was 18, so I who gives a fuck? I said I want to go, and I don't care what you say. You know, I've never argued with them like I argued with them before going to France. It was the craziest shit. The screaming matches were insane. Then when I came back, I stayed for like a little while home. More screaming matches, more bullshit. Then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to London. I wanted to. I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna study in UK. That was a naive idea. Of course, that's not gonna happen, especially when Brexit was right around the corner. Basically, I was like the very last group of people that managed to get to UK and work there for a while. I was like part of the very, very last group of people that got to work in the UK for like a part-time, like a summer job or whatever. It wasn't just a summer job. I was there for like 7 months or something. So I worked there in like for this fucking shit ass like hotel agency. It was bullshit and trash. Then I worked in a restaurant that was way, way better. It was like I think it was called Shake Shack or some shit. That was way fucking better because yeah, like I said, again, this is a story for another video. Because there's just so much that happened over these 2, like working abroad in France and UK. Just so much happened during that time, so many learning experiences. But in the Shake Shack, it was way better. I just learned it way faster. It was one place. I didn't have to go all over the fucking city. It was like the hours were way more steady and everything. The people were easier to get along with, and yeah, the manager was cooler. But COVID hit right before, like I was just like I learned most of the things that there was like a bunch of stations there, like you know, preparing food for like the Uber Eats people was one thing was making milkshakes. So it starts usually or at least me, I started working on the milkshakes first. Then I was getting into the Uber Eats preparation stuff. Then it's like they're working as a cashier, like taking orders. I was just like slowly getting into the third part. I was like halfway through learning all the stations there, but COVID hit so hard. It was like overnight when all the restrictions came in, because UK didn't take the pandemic seriously for a long while. Overnight, when the laws were announced by the fucking Trump wannabe subhuman sped, people just like stopped showing up. That place was like practically central London, and like there were like that restaurant was swarmed like all the time, especially during like the peak hours. It was swarmed with customers, and overnight, like when the laws came into effect, it was like 0 fucking people, like maybe 10 people showed up during the whole like 8-hour shift. So I started getting less and less, like the shifts were getting shorter and shorter, and I was like, okay, this is getting, I hope this fucking passes soon. Nobody knew that this shit is gonna become like a thing for fucking years. Nobody knew that it's gonna be as big as it was. I thought it's just gonna be like the Ebola thing where they deal with it quickly. But no, it was a massive fucking pandemic. I didn't know, it's not fake. It was not fake. People were fucking dying from COVID, bro. Long story short, I got fired. Not because I was fucking up or anything, but they just had to cut all the new employees out. They had to cut all of them out, and they said, well, maybe after the pandemic we're gonna hire you back. And I was like, fuck, man. You know, I said to the manager, like, oh, listen, dude, I can learn everything really fast. You know, I'm a fucking worker, okay? I can learn everything. And he was like, listen, I know you're saying it, and I believe it. I saw you work. I know you're fucking doing your best, but I have to fucking fire you. Because it's just so bad. Like, we're not getting any, like, I just have to fucking fire you. And I felt bad for the dude, because I knew he didn't want to fire all these people that he just hired. I saw him crashing out hard. Like, dude, he literally saw a fucking Chinese guy, or like vaguely Asian looking guy, and he was just like, through the fucking window, he was just like, he was emoting at him. When he wasn't looking, he was so pissed off that the Chinese, because of the pandemic, because he had to fire all these people, and it was hard on him a lot. Like, it was really hard on him. He didn't want to do it, and I was like a couple hours short of getting like the benefits, like the COVID benefits. I didn't get any fucking money for the thing. Like, my friend that I was in London with, he actually got like a paycheck, like a small minimal fucking paycheck for because he worked at the restaurant where he got hired. He worked there way longer. The guy called me on the fucking phone and told me, listen, dude, it's not like, you are literally a couple hours of work short from getting the benefits. It's nothing I can do. And I could hear it in his voice, like, yeah, like it's just fucked. Like, you're not gonna get any like COVID benefits at all. You're completely fucked. And during COVID, you couldn't get any fucking jobs. There was no fucking jobs at all. Like, the app to look for work was completely fucking wiped. Like, there was nothing. There was like some modeling agency. That's it. And I'm not a fucking model, okay? That's it. There was nothing. There was no fucking work at all overnight. So I couldn't fucking stay there. I literally had to, like, I stayed there for maybe a month or two, thinking like, oh, maybe it's gonna pass. It didn't. I had to fucking borrow money from my friend to fucking like, yeah, like, I think, I don't know how long I stayed there for. Like, maybe I think I stayed a month after I got fired, because I was hoping that maybe it's gonna pass soon. So I just borrowed money from him, thinking like, oh, surely it's gonna pass soon, and then I'm gonna get a job, gonna pay it back, and it's gonna be all good. But nope, it was dragging on. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna borrow money from him, gonna go back home. He also went back home. When I got back home, the fucking COVID lockdowns were full on. You couldn't enroll in a university because it was like out of the order, or how do you say it? Like, there's a specific date where you can enroll in a university. You couldn't do it then, and I still didn't really know what to do. So Back in London, I started doing these like shit ass vlog videos with my friends, just like fucking around, like running around like a dark fucking public park or some random spots. So when I went back home, I also started just doing that. Well, not that like that exactly, but I started making YouTube videos, thinking like, oh fuck it, this is a thing I like creating things. I made a couple thousand zloty from that through like some meme videos that blew up. Man, that shit, maybe it could have gone somewhere, but my boomer parents, they couldn't, like, they thought I'm just like playing games all day. They really didn't give a fuck that I made some money from it. They really did not give a fuck that this thing could like actually work. So I argued with them every fucking day. Every day there was like a screaming match, because I'm like, I don't blame them. I understand this seems like a ridiculous thing. Like, oh, what? You're playing games and you're making money from that? That's fucking retarded. That's never gonna work. Especially Slavic, like fucking Far East. Like, I'm from the very fucking far east of Poland, like practically like 50 kilometers from Ukraine. It's like the poorer part of the country. I understand that they were like, no, this seems ridiculous and it's never gonna work. Even when I made some money, they were like, nah, this is stupid. What the fuck are you doing? Go to college or get a job. And I had arguments with that every fucking day. Every day that was a fucking argument. They were like, did you choose a college yet? Did you try to look for a college yet? And I was like, listen, I'm trying, okay? I'm still, I'm doing things, okay? Don't worry. There was like, I like explaining that to them. It's like, bro, they grew up during communism. They grew up in like, it's just, you would never be able to explain it to them. And I don't even blame them. But it was extremely hard on me. Like the amount of fucking arguments I got into with my parents, with my grandma and my mom and my aunt even. It was every fucking day. It was crazy. Screaming matches were fucking crazy. And yeah, I say screaming matches, but I would never swear at them. I would never say anything crazy to them. I would just say like, bro, I literally went to London, I went to France, like I was working hard. Stop saying that I don't do anything. Stop saying I'm a fuck up. Okay, I'm fucking doing things. I made 4K zloty. Supposedly just playing games. So what the fuck? What are you talking about? I wouldn't even swear at them. I would just be like, respectful. That's the way I was raised. I would never swear at them or fucking call them names. Nothing like that. Nothing. Never fucking call them names. The worst thing I would say was call them a smartass. Especially to my mom, I would just say, yeah, smartass or something. That was the worst thing I would say. Is smartass, for example. Like that was the worst insult or whatever. So it wasn't like a crazy fucking white trash fucking family. But at the same time, it was pretty fucking crazy. Listening to Suicide Boys right now. Making this video because maybe somebody can relate. Shit sucks and nobody gives a fuck what you went through. You have to make people care. Especially if you're a guy. Not to get too red pill. Just because fuck these fucking chad ass subhumans, okay? Fuck them all. They're subhuman, especially Andrew Tate. Hope he steps on an anti-infantry landmine, blows both of his legs up, and cracks his spine, and is never able to walk again, and doesn't die in the process. I hope that happens to him. The reality is, especially in conservative societies, when you're a guy, it is what it is. You just have to do something for yourself. Nobody's gonna save you, especially if your family is crazy. It is what it is. You just have to do something for yourself. There's no savior coming for you. God is not real, by the way. There's no fucking God, bro. And even if you are religious, come on, bro. God is not gonna... There's no fucking... like, even in religion, there's no, like... what's it called? God doesn't, like, come in and do miracles, okay? God empowers you to do things for yourself, okay? Even if you are religious. So don't count on a fucking miracle, because there isn't gonna be one. You have to do something yourself. Oh, during this whole time, I was during even France and London and everything, I kept up like a generally neutral or like a positive communication with my father. The whole time we would message on WhatsApp and call sometimes, and we would be like a more or less like a fucking positive, neutral to a positive communication, right? I kept telling him that I'm gonna go to a uni. I just don't know which one. I'm pretty fucking lost. Naively, I was thinking that maybe he's gonna tell me, like, maybe he's gonna give me some advices. I was pretty naive at that point because I was, just didn't realize that his son's well-being is not a priority to him. He just doesn't want to pay the money that he's paying in alimony. You know, words are cheap. You can tell somebody a whole lot of like lovey-dovey shit. You're like, oh, yeah, you're my son. I care about you deeply. Okay, I care about you deeply. You're my son. I think you're the best son I've ever had. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter what he says. The actions are what really shows. Like words are cheap. Words are fucking cheap. It's the actions that matter. Especially with a sociopath like him. I found some pictures from that time. Gonna fucking show them, I guess. Yeah, this is my room. A little bit of a mess, you know. But yeah, I would just sit in the room the whole time because, COVID lockdowns. There was nothing else to do, really. Me making a fucking video or something. It was the outside. It's fucking cold. It was winter. My grandma's dog. Me going fast as fuck on the bike. Let's just shoot the fucking empty cans on the wall with steel BB guns. I mean, this one was a steel BB. I also had the regular ass like airsoft guns. But yeah, I would just like shoot random things. Yeah, like this. When my monitor broke, I also used it as a target. When I mean countryside, this is the fucking countryside, bro. Yup. True. And yes, I did read all these books. I did. They're not just for show, okay? Yeah, I would help my grandparents to shovel coal. Because, it gets fucking cold during winter. And the furnace was coal powered. So my grandparents, they would order like a whole bunch of coal at the end of summer. To have it like, be ready for fucking winter. Shoveling this shit was fucking tiring. God damn. Epic. And my dog again. I think most of these pictures are from before the suit started. Yeah, some time passed. I get a court letter from my father through the Polish, like a state mail. Long story. It doesn't matter. I get a court letter. The mailman left a notice because I think it was like the kind of letter that you can only, like, you have to personally sign it to get it. And I drove on my bike to the local town because I lived on the countryside. It's like a fucking place with like 200 people living in it. I rode to a town that's like a, wow, massive metropolis. Maybe 1,000 people live there. I drove there to the local post office. I received a letter. I came back. Wish I could remember what I felt like during that time, but I just don't. I was probably listening to Suicide Boys on the way there, or something like that. Some edgy songs. Never had suicidal thoughts, by the way. It's just I relate to the feeling. Yeah, I received it. My mother read the letter and all that. Turns out my father opened a court case. Right. The way it works is he had to pay alimony throughout this whole time, ever since my parents split. Right. Till 2017, I think, or 2017, he had to pay 250 zloty in alimony. That's nothing. That's like 50 euros. Obviously, it doesn't translate the same way in a country like Poland, because the way it works is the prices generally are way lower in countries that earn less. Other than things like electronics and maybe cars, the prices are way, way, way less. In electronics, it's especially hard because electronics kind of keep their price no matter the country. 250 zloty is back in the day. That's maybe food for 2 people, 3 people, maybe. If you're being very, very, very conservative, that's like 2 or 3 people for food for a month. Like realistically, only 2 people. Like it's like a what? Maybe you could pay for good internet, which was like what? I don't know, 50 zloty. It's nothing. The minimum wage was like what? Maybe 2k, maybe something like that. 2k is the minimum wage, and he had to pay 250 zloty. Can you imagine that shit? Considering he was not earning a minimum wage, he was at least earning like 6-7k. I don't fucking know, something like that. Till 2017. In 2018, in 2018 or something, when I was going to college, no, not college, going to high school in a different city, so I had to like rent a house with my mother. Then he had to pay 1,000 because my mother opened the case. 1,000 is still like 1/10 of his earnings, so it's really not that big of a deal. 1/10 of your earnings, bro. It's your fucking son. That he ever gave a fuck about me. So then he was like, he sued me. He basically sued me. I say colloquially he sued me, but it's really like he had to open like a court hearing kind of thing, like a court case. I don't know how to describe it. It's basically he sued me for like colloquially, because that's how it looked like in practice. Especially, though it wasn't like a jury trial. I don't know. It was just like the judge decides. It was like a whole bunch of hearings throughout like a year or more. But basically, he sued me, and we got a court letter from my mother. No, we got a court letter from the post office. And when we got that, when I received it, my mother and my grandma, she was in a full they were both having like a full-on panic attack. It was like a full-on mental breakdown shit. They were just going completely batshit, fueling each other with like their perpetual like panic attack cycle. Both of them were going crazy, especially my mother was like going so hard on me specifically, because the way it works is my father has to pay alimony till I become like independent. And if I'm not trying to become financially independent, then he can try to like get rid of the alimony order. If I'm not pursuing more education, he can like get rid of the alimony order. But I was trying to do both of these things. I just like couldn't do it because COVID, all that bullshit. Then I was having communications with him. Like when I went to London, I was like 18 or 19. Like, bro, I just finished fucking high school. Like, what do you expect me to just become instantly independent when I'm 18, especially after all that bullshit that just happened? And it's not like you're paying me a crazy amount of money. Like, I still have to work to even to even pay for an apartment. Like, yeah, thanks. I guess you're giving me like the bare minimum amount of money. 1,000 zloty is not nothing. That's a lot. Sure, for a minimum wage, like a working class guy, I guess that's a lot. Yeah, sure, but it's not a crazy amount of money. It's not like you can't even pay for an apartment with that. So I go back home. We read the letter. My grandma and my mom start freaking out. It's like this thing where, when someone is going completely crazy into panic mode, it's hard to like hook yourself into like whatever like cycle of complete like a mental breakdown is going on. Like you have to wait for an opportunity, or like you have to find an opportunity to hook yourself into whatever like is happening to their brain. Like this, like they won't even get you. They won't even let you talk. They're just like keep spiraling. Especially if there's two of them, and they're both going crazy. They keep feeding each other into this like spiral of fucking like mental breakdown. My mother was just like, "Oh, I told you to go to college. I told you to go to college." He just like kept blaming me. Like, I told you go to college, or he's gonna just do this. He's gonna do this. But he's gonna do this. I told you. I didn't listen. I have to call my lawyer. I have to call the lawyer. And the lawyer, he was the guy that dealt with my father before. Basically, he helped my mother from the very start. He helped her first to get through the divorce shit. Though that court case, it really wasn't that good at all. Like the only thing that you managed to do is get like the bare minimum alimony, 250 zloty. Like I said, that's nothing. They didn't manage to prove. I don't think they even tried to prove domestic abuse. They didn't really get any alimony. Only in 2017, I think. 2017 or something like that. 2016. They managed to get the alimony from 250 to 1,000. 1,000 is at least something, right? That's like something. That is something. My mother on my grandma. Complete breakdown mode. And then me, the 20-year-old retard that knows nothing about nothing. Has the bare minimum life experience. Only thing I know is how to deal with adversity. That's the only thing I really know how to deal with. I don't know if it's just my life or I don't know, maybe just all the shit talking I did in video games online, multiplayer games. That's the only thing I can really do. Is I don't know, I was like 19 or 20. The only thing I can do is deal with adversity. And my mother is completely freaking out. My grandma too. They're completely gone mentally. They're like feeling each other's like mental fucking breakdown. You have to find like an like an opening, you know? You have to kind of find like a way in to break through this fucking cycle. So when my mom started going like, "Oh, I have to call the lawyer. Oh, I have to call my lawyer. I have to call my lawyer." I was like, "There's no fucking way you're gonna do this." I knew then. I had to calm her the fuck down before she discourages this lawyer from helping us. If she calls him in this state and he's just completely freaking out, he might just be like, "Fuck this. I'm not dealing with this." So I knew this is now or never. I was like, "No, you are not gonna call him in this fucking state." I didn't swear. I was just like, "You're not gonna call him when you're this emotionally compromised. You're not gonna call him. There's no way you're gonna call him at this point." And I just like literally, I was just like went up because my house had like 2 fucking floors. It was in the middle of nowhere. Building houses in the middle of nowhere is pretty cheap. I physically just like run upstairs. I was like, "No." I stood in front of her room and I was like, "No, you're not gonna call the lawyer in this state. You're not gonna scream at him because he's not gonna pick up the case. You're not gonna scream at him. You're not gonna call the lawyer now, okay? This is the only lawyer we know that has this much experience and is gonna be this cheap and knows the fucking case. You are not going to call him." And I physically was just like taking over the situation because nobody else would. Right, the 19 or 20-year-old retard that was nothing. I had to be more adult than all of my fucking the entirety of my family, you know? I guess I was the only one that can actually deal with that sort of adversity. Like, eventually, like, it took a while, but, like, she was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna calm down first, then I'm gonna call him. I lost my Aura glasses, I can't find them. Okay, well, at the end yesterday, it became completely incoherent, so I'm just gonna pick it up fucking today. Yeah, so we went to visit the lawyer. He told us that if I actually want to pursue education and all that, then I should enlist in any enroll in any university, basically. Just anything, just pick one. If you don't like it, you can swap it, but you have to do it right now. Because if the court case starts and you're not enrolled and you're not studying, then it's going to be pretty hard to keep the order intact. So I did. Chose a university halfway across the fucking country because I wanted to get away from my family as far as possible. Ironically, my father lived in the same city. I was like, oh, fuck it, who gives a fuck? You know, not something I was happy about, but not something that bothered me a great deal either. And that whole operation was pretty stupidly complicated. We had to like move. We had to find a fucking flat during like the peak season where all the student flats are disappearing like this. So we had to find like one that wouldn't just fuck us over like on the way there. Like we found this random ass grandma. I lived in basically her fucking basement. I think I have pictures somewhere. I'm gonna show the pictures later. I think the first court hearing might have happened before I moved into the new city. It didn't go like my father expected. He came in without a lawyer. He just kind of fucking had a binder full of some bullshit. He came over and he really just completely underestimated me. It's just a little silly. Like, I get it that you have a low opinion of me, I guess, but come on, bro. At least I'm your son. At least, like, can't you? At the very least, can't you just like take me a little seriously if you're trying to fuck me over? Do you have to? I mean, I guess you did underestimate me heavily. Because, yeah, it was just him. He pulled up without a lawyer. I guess he didn't believe me all the times I said that I'm actually going to pursue education. He didn't expect me to just go full fucking attack mode. Maybe he thought I believed all the bullshit he said. Like, yeah, I had some, like, small talks with him, like, over the fucking phone. And he was just like, yeah, oh, I can't have this. I can't have the alimony order, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. I don't know. He was just trying to fuck with me. So he goes to the court, the first hearing with no lawyer, and yeah, we just obliterate him. He was pissed off, clearly. I guess he thought it's just gonna be a walk in the park. When he saw my lawyer, the lawyer that fucked him over many times before, he was pissed off. That was pretty fucking satisfying. So then, yeah, I move into the new city. I think we meet or something. We might have met before I even moved in to the new city. At that point, I had no understanding of why he's doing all this. No, not really. Couldn't really get into his. Couldn't really understand his state of mind. But I just like kind of resorted to what I know. When somebody's trying to fuck with you, then they're your enemy. It really doesn't matter what guides them or what fucking motivations they have at the end of the day. Most important thing is that they are your enemy. And you can't show weakness. You can't fucking let them get any information out of you. Or nothing. Only thing that matters is how the game is played. And I quickly understood that, oh, I guess we're gonna just be pretending in front of each other, like we did before. Yeah, when I met him one time in a car, I was just like randomly like, why didn't you talk to me? We could have just like come to an agreement. He was like, oh, your mother would never let this happen. Blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, well, but you sneakily filed an order, like during this whole time we were talking, and you were secretly behind my back filing court orders to fuck me over, basically. That was one of the only times where I actually kind of confronted him. I didn't push too hard because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, you gotta understand that in his twisted mind, he still thought that he's not really fucking me over somehow. I don't understand how it really works. But he wasn't in like a full, like, fuck you mode, if you know what I mean. He wasn't like fully, completely antagonistic towards me personally. I think it more focused around my mother. It's just a really bizarre dynamic. It's extremely strange. In a way, it'd be kind of easier to deal with if he was just outright completely hostile and wasn't trying to fuck with my head by meeting with me and being polite and all that, acting like nothing is happening. That is the most bizarre thing about him. He will meet me and he will act like nothing has ever happened. And yeah, we're battling in court, and he's just gonna act like it's no big deal, like it's business as usual. But those tactics, they just didn't work on me. Maybe that's how he's used to dealing with people. That's why I call him a sociopath, because of this particular thing he does, where he will pretend to be nice, all that, and in the background he's gonna use the WhatsApp messages you sent him as evidence in court. Where he primed me into like saying something, and then just like he printed out these fucking things and presented them in court. Yeah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. When I was in the new city, the city where my new uni was gonna be, you would meet sometimes. Like, yeah, I really didn't want to at all. I never want to meet him ever, but I always pretend that it's because it's better to have like some level of a relation with him without going completely nuclear, because there really isn't any benefit of telling him the truth at all. What's the point? It's a brief emotional like satisfaction, maybe. That's all that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a short release for fucking 3 seconds, and then after he's only gonna be more motivated to go completely scorched earth. I'd rather just fucking pretend that it's all good and manipulate him into kind of pull at the strings of like, I don't know, just like use whatever like emotions he still has towards me, feelings he has towards me, to just, you know, make him not go completely nuclear. It is what it is. That's how the game is played with him, I guess. What else? When we met up in some random restaurant to eat a pizza, it was him, his 2 new children, and his fucking wife. I felt so out of place. I kept up the appearances, but I really fucking hated every second of it. I didn't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't give a fuck about like these random ass children. Who the fuck are these people? Like, some random bullshit. That's the strangest thing about him, where like he will meet with me, he will take me to like fucking restaurants and like talk like it's all good and all that, but then we meet in court and there's a fucking court hearing, right? Next hearing, he pulls up with his lawyer. This random woman, I don't know her. But he tries to play tricks on me. He tells me to come over and like say hello, like blah blah blah. And I think that this lawyer of his also wasn't aware of the game being played, because she was like nice and like what would you say, like polite. We were talking normally. I was pretending like the atmosphere was not extremely hostile. Maybe he thought that it's my mother that's driving this like whole defense, and I really don't care about the alimony order. Maybe that's why he acted the way he did. But yeah, before the hearing started, I was just standing there with the lawyer, talking, like chatting normally, and then we enter, and the whole illusion of politeness is gone. I'm fucking locked in. I'm fucking locked in. There's no way he's gonna catch me with these cheap ass fucking tactics, trying to make me like feel like uncertain of like if I wanna really go hard on him. If there's one thing I know how to do well, is how to deal with that adversity and that kind of two-sidedness, two-faced people. So yeah, when the hearing started, I could see that his lawyer was kind of tripped up. She didn't expect me to put up such a defense, considering how nice we were to each other just before. She didn't expect this level of hostility between us. And yeah, and there's a fucking recording that I have that I want to show. How do I have it? AI generated? I don't know. Don't worry about how I have it. At least I added a nice fucking Call of Duty briefing effect. Test.
Do tego dochodzą jeszcze zajęcia SI i oczywiście cały czas dziecko jest
Loud.
Neurolog, cały czas jest, musi mieć badania USG wykonywane.
Yeah, he's talking about the medical problems that he has with his new children or whatever. He's just naming off the things that he has to pay for. Sorry, I guess, I don't know.
Czy miłość ma orzeczone stopień, tak? Niepełnosprawność przyznaną orzeczeniem?
Nie ma tego, bo to jest proces cały, jakby też przyznawanie tego, natomiast ma takie orzeczenie.
I don't know. That's the female voice is his lawyer. She asked him about if his son is like what's it called? If he has disability papers. And yeah, my dad says that he didn't do it yet. That it's a whole process or something. I don't know. Yeah, his son, the other son, he had a blood clot in his brain or some shit. I don't know. Call me a bad human being, but I really don't give a fuck. It's none of my concern. I have my own fucking problems. This motherfucker always tries to pull on your heartstrings with these things. I wonder if he beats his new wife as well. What is happening right now is like a cross-examination where his lawyer asks questions to him. My lawyer gets to ask questions to him. Then his lawyer asks questions to me. And my lawyer asks questions to me. It's like yeah.
Po wyjazd do Francji dodałem jakieś tam pieniądze po prostu na bilet, na wyjazd.
He's saying that when I went to France, he gave me some money for the ticket or something. I think the ticket was like 50 zł, so I don't know.
Kupowałem jakieś no na pewno telefony kupowałem.
He just said that he bought me a phone. Wait.
Nie, no oczywiście, że zdarzenie.
Yeah, so the lawyer is asking him, his lawyer is asking him, what sort of expenses did he do, like for me, right? Well, this motherfucker, he didn't do nothing. The only thing he did is like in like 2007 or like 2008, he bought me a shitty ass laptop that he got scammed on because some fucking retard in probably MediaMarkt, probably like me right now, some fucking guys, a fucking student sold him a shitty ass laptop with an integrated graphics card that fucking overheats in 25 minutes of playing fucking Fortnite and lower. Fortnite didn't exist back then. It was Battlefield Heroes back then, bro. He got scammed basically on this shit ass laptop, or this fucking retard in MediaMarkt sold him this dog shit trash, and that's the only thing he's ever bought me like that. And it wasn't like a crazy expensive laptop at all. It was like fucking, it was shit. The laptop was fucking trash, bro. And that's the only thing he's ever bought me when it comes to electronics. But here he says that he bought me phones. He ain't never bought me a phone. What the fuck is he talking about?
Czy syn poza, bo pan powiedział, że pan się tym dowiedział na rozprawie sądowej, ale czy jak już zaskoczyło to pana na tej rozprawie sądowej, czy syn w jakikolwiek sposób rozmawiał z pana, konsultował tą decyzję, przyszło odpłatną?
Oh, Now she's asking, like, has your son contacted you about starting studying in a city? In the city, like, yeah. Because I didn't tell him that I enrolled in a university. Why would I tell him? Like, you sued me, bro. We're on a warpath. I don't know what you expect. I don't know. I guess he thought I fell for this, like, cheap-ass bullshit where he shows up every couple months and, like, buys me 2 candies from the fucking store. Like, no, bro, you sued me. I'm not confused about this. You're, like, we're enemies. Like, I don't know. I know. Am I the only person that's ever it's almost like he's acting. Like, this is the first time he met someone that saw through the bullshit, like cheap tactics that he deploys. Of, like, pretending to be nice to you while fucking stabbing you in the back.
Uczenia i jakby, bym powiedział, gigantyczne koszty.
Nie było to ze mną w żaden sposób konsultowane. Też byłem po prostu bardzo mocno zaskoczony.
No, I was very surprised, very surprised. Bro, you don't know anything about me. Of course you're surprised.
Nie, absolutnie.
Now she's asking about, have I consulted him about taking a student loan? Why would I ever do that? Why would I talk to you about taking a student loan? What the fuck are you gonna do?
Proszę pana, chciałabym, żeby pan się również
On w ogóle się angażował w jakiś proces twój edukacyjny, coś dzwonił, dopytał.
No, my lawyer is leaning in to ask if my father has ever been interested in my education process. Has he ever called? Has he ever asked? Has he ever attended school meetings? No, of course not. My lawyer, like, he just had to ask that real quick. We didn't even discuss it beforehand, and since he has so much experience with dealing with these kinds of people, these kinds of dads of the year, all he had to know is this one question to know exactly how it looked like when it came to my education, which is my father just didn't give a fuck the whole time.
Chciałabym, żeby pan się również
On w ogóle się angażował w jakiś proces twój edukacyjny, coś dzwonił, dopytał.
Utrzymywanie kontaktu
Chodził na wywiadówki.
biegłych, nie zabiegał pan o to, przez co syn czuł się odrzucony i porzucony.
Oh, she's asking if I could ever feel like discarded and abandoned or something. That's what she asked him.
No tutaj przede wszystkim jakby z matką Bartosza rozstaliśmy się tam bardzo dawno temu tak naprawdę, bo to w okolicach 2004 roku, więc tutaj nie ma mowy o jakiejś tam, że tak powiem, świeżej traumie z tym związanej.
Yeah. He said that we met. Wait, what?
Pierwsza, że tak powiem, 2004 roku, więc się tam bardzo dawno temu tak naprawdę, bo to w okolicach 2004 roku, więc...
Yeah, he said that there's no way I could have, like, any recent trauma, no recent trauma when it came to him, because they divorced in around 2004. Okay, well, I remember things that happened in 2004, 2003, where I was just like fucking 3 years old or something, and he remembered, like, I remember all that, the whole time. Like I said in previous videos, he doesn't think I remember it. That's why he's acting the way he is, and it's, it was never proven to him in court. But it's like, yeah, I know the truth. He knows the truth. My mother knows the truth. Everyone knows the truth, but we're all pretending like, no. Yeah, now he's saying that, yeah, there's no way I could have felt discarded or abandoned. No way. No way. Why didn't he talk to me? No way. I'm only suing him after pretending to be in contact, like in tune, I've only been like sneakily planning this whole thing behind his back for the past couple of months. Why didn't you talk to me about taking a student loan or attending a university? Okay, well, why didn't you talk to me about pursuing a court case against me? This is childish. Of course, this is just bullshit for the courts. They're saying this stupid shit because they don't have any actual real arguments, so they're just like pouring water.
Nie ma mowy o jakiejś tam, że tak powiem, świeżej traumie z tym związanej. To jest jakby pierwsza sprawa. A druga sprawa jest taka, że no, ja starałem się cały czas po prostu utrzymywać kontakt z Bartoszem i cały czas, że tak powiem, zabierać go gdzieś, spotykać się z nim. Natomiast było to bardzo mocno utrudniane przez tutaj matkę Bartosza.
Oh yeah.
I
He says that he always tried to take me somewhere to go to him on like trips or something, which is like he asked maybe 2 times or 3 times. And he said that it's my mother that forbid me from going there, and it's just like, no, I didn't want to. I really didn't want to go with you nowhere. I didn't want to fucking meet with you at all, like ever. Always made up some excuses. I would rather sit home all summer long and play with Legos than go anywhere with you.
utrudniane moim rodzicom, czyli dziadkom Bartosza. Zresztą nawet swojego czasu gdzieś tam w trakcie spraw alimentacyjnych matka Bartosza próbowała pozbawić mnie praw rodzicielskich, jeżeli chodzi o tutaj...
Oh shit, my mother tried to get rid of parental privileges for him, I guess. Which is, you know, based, considering what he did, what the kind of person he is. Too bad it didn't work.
No ale to są już jakieś tam historyczne, że tak powiem, rzeczy.
Prawda, nigdzie to w sądzie nie
Proszę panią,
ale...
My mom was sitting in the fucking my mother was sitting in the back and she was crashing out. You're not supposed to talk or do that kind of shit when a hearing is happening, right? This is not you're not allowed to do it. But my mother is, you know, emotional, all that. She can't handle that sort of adversity, that sort of like, you know, deep cutting comments about your personal life. She's deeply traumatized from all this shit. So yeah, she started crashing out while being like in the back of the court hearing room, like in the audience. You know, I was locked in the whole time, didn't let this shit get to me.
Ale to są już jakieś tam historyczne, że tak powiem,
Prawda,
rzeczy.
nigdzie to w sądzie nie
Proszę panią, ale pani jest publicznością i się pani nie odzywa, bo sąd pani będzie wyrzucić.
Ale to jest w pismach sądowych, ja mogę to pismo przedstawić, więc to...
Ale sprawa była o pozbawienie pana władzy
Tak,
rodzicielskiej?
była.
Była wniesiona sprawa do sądu, tak?
No jeden z punktów pisma procesowego zawiera to, żeby mnie pozbawić prawa.
W sprawie alimenty?
Nie wiem w jakiej sprawie. Wydaje mi się, że chodziło o sprawę alimenty, więc no jak
Ale
najbardziej...
pan-
Yeah, my lawyer asked if the what's it called, if the actual, because my father is like complaining that, oh, my mother tried to get rid of his parental like laws towards me or whatever, that he wouldn't have like privileges as a parent to take me anywhere or all that shit. And yeah, my mother crashed out, and then my lawyer asks like, yeah, was it actually a case that we pursued? Was it actually a thing, or was it some fucking subsection of subsection, like one fucking point on like a motion to court, like, right? Like was there actual fucking, was this seriously pursued?
Pana, i teraz jakby pan powiedział, czy wedle pańskiej wiedzy syn jest zdrowy, czy leczy się na coś przewlekle? Chodzi mi o pozwanego Bartosza.
Według mnie, według mojego stanu wiedzy, Bartosz jest młodym, zdrowym, silnym mężczyzną, więc...
Poza językami obcymi.
Fucking his lawyer is asking like if I'm sick or something, or like what's my health state, and he says, so young, strong, young man. Yeah.
Tak, jak najbardziej płynnie komunikuje się
No problems.
w języku angielskim na pewno, nie wiem czy w jakimś...
Yeah, I know English, crazy. 21st century.
Że tak powiem, na bardzo wysokim poziomie jest ta umiejętność.
Proszę pana,
Rozglazing my
czy ma
English
pan
skills,
wiedzę,
go fuck yourself.
pytam, proszę pana, przedłożone zostały do akt sprawy, pan się z tym zapoznawał, wyciągi pana Bartosza.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I had to print out every single fucking statement of like every single fucking payment from every single fucking like little thing I paid for on all of my accounts, including the UK one. I had to print all the shit out I have images of that actually. I'm gonna show them later.
Chodzi mi chociażby o rok 2020, gdzie widnieją pozycje rzędu 1600 zł miesięcznie na wydatki związane z platformą gier EU Warming, czy
The wargaming, EU wargaming. She asked why did I fucking spend so much money in World of Tanks, bro? Oh hell no. Yeah, it wasn't the most responsible financial decision, bro. But hey, I made that money back on this fucking stupid ass account, on this stupid ass World of Tanks channel.
Panie mecenasie, czy...
Jeśli można, tak. Proszę pana, a na tej
Okay, so there. Now my fucking lawyer gets to ask him questions, and he hits him. I think.
wyciągach zobaczył pan na przykład płatności za rower, za narty, za drogie ubrania, za wyjazdy zagraniczne, za wyjazdy...
Oh yeah, he's asking like on these bank statements. Have you noticed any payments for expensive trips, for skiing, for going somewhere? Any expensive clothes or all that? Have you noticed any sort of things like that?
na wczasy. Zobaczył pan takie pozycje?
Nie, bo nie widziałem też wszystkich wyciągów.
No, because I didn't see all of them. Because I didn't see all of the bank statements. Yeah, I bought an expensive computer for the money that I earned. It was not that expensive, by the way. It's like the PC was not crazy at all. I bought it for the money I earned in the fucking France and UK. It's like, bro, but I don't spend any money on fucking clothes. I don't buy expensive fucking shoes. I don't go to any trips or holidays because I don't give a fuck about that. And yeah, I have way more shit to work through before I can do normal people things like that. Yeah, I spend some money on stupid things like World of Tanks, but I also don't spend money on anything like else. Like I don't fucking spend money on shoes or nothing. I have one pair of shoes right now. I just don't give a fuck about that.
Dobrze, proszę pana, jakie zainteresowania ma pana syn?
Oh, he hit him with the. Okay, Mister. What interests does your son have? What are the interests of your son?
Zainteresowania?
I wanna
Jakie
play it again.
zainteresowania ma pana syn?
Zainteresowania?
Tak.
No ciężko mi powiedzieć tak. Co jest
Yeah. What interests does your son have? Interests? Oh, that's right. You don't know, right? Because you don't know anything about me. Yeah, I mean that's just average, but it was pretty fucking telling. It was pretty fucking telling. Just went completely silent. No interest? Computer. I think computer.
Zainteresowania ma pana syn?
Zainteresowania?
Tak.
No ciężko mi powiedzieć tak co jest jego największą pasją, natomiast na pewno te tematy związane właśnie z YouTube'em bardzo go tam...
No, YouTube.
Tutaj bardzo mi się to podobało, więc... Ale przede wszystkim jest to obszar taki online'owy i...
Informatyczny.
Bym powiedział, to jest ta sfera taka rzeczywistości i komunikacji online'owej, no, tak bym to nazwał.
Online.
Proszę pana, sięgając tak do historii, bo tutaj te pytania od pani mecenas zahaczało te kwestie sprzed kilku lat. Na wywiadówkach, na spotkaniach z nauczycielami, ile razy pan był już?
Oh, this is a question. This is a good ass question. How many times have you attended a school meeting? Have you called about asking about my grades? Were you involved at all in my education?
Bartosz chodził do szkoły.
Nie chodziłem na to.
Yeah, not even one time.
Proszę
Natomiast
pana,
byłem w kontakcie z nauczycielami, bo do mnie wydzwaniali, na przykład jak Bartosz nie poszedł
Oh yeah, I was in contact with the teachers when they called me when my son didn't go to school and he skipped one lesson, which is like one time he got called in military school because I skipped a lesson of military education because I think we were waiting for our drill sergeant and he wasn't showing up and some of us just fucking went home. And the drill sergeant got pissed off and he called every single parent of every single fucking like student that skipped the lesson, and his number was given. Just so happens that his number was given, and he called him. And yeah, that was the only singular time that happened, by the way. But of course, he brings it up.
Na do szkoły i tak dalej, to oczywiście był mój numer podany i byłem osobą kontaktową.
Lawyers, I can
Na wakacjach, na wyjazdach wakacyjnych, ile razy byliście ponad raz?
Nie byliśmy ani razu, ale to wynikało
Yeah, how many times did you go to holidays together? Not even one time.
Czy kwestie wakacji, kwestie ferii zimowych też były w tej sprawie o ustalenie kontaktów
Nie
ustalonych?
pamiętam, to było już dawno temu.
He acts so indignant about it, like, wow, oh, nobody was allowing me to take my son somewhere. Well, maybe because you threw your fucking wife off the fucking stairs and you beat her, you broke the fucking glass, you know, in a door when she was hiding in some fucking room because you were going so crazy. Maybe that's why nobody wanted you to take me anywhere. Maybe that's why. But of course that wasn't proven in court, so of course you can act indignant about it.
A czy jakieś dodatkowe związane z leczeniem, bo pan wspominał?
Nie, nawet grosza nam się nie należy, bo mamy zbyt wysokie zarobki według tych wszystkich tutaj.
You should look at that.
Wysoki sądzie,
He doesn't get like paychecks from the government for kids. Like in Poland, you can get like 500 zloty. Back in the day, you could get 500. Now it's more. You could get 500 for a kid, and yeah, you don't get any because your earnings are too much. Isn't that fucking telling? Maybe because you earn 10K a month, which is more than the entire rest of my family combined. Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Przepraszam, natomiast
It's a joke. It's a
dzisiaj nie
joke.
oponowałam przeciwko obecności pani Moniki Pawłowskiej, natomiast pani Monika
Oh yeah, my mom is crashing out again because she was like, she rage baited the fucking lawyer.
komentuje.
I think she also reacted to like this, saying like, oh yeah, would you look at that? You don't get any extra money from the government because your earnings are exceeding the fucking, you're earning too much to get any extra paychecks.
No i jest
Nie słyszę.
Jak zauważę, to panią w ogóle.
Bardzo dziękuję.
Yeah, they're saying like, oh, if my mom speaks up again, she's gonna be thrown out.
Pan pozwoli stanie.
Now it's my turn, and I know I fuck up at the beginning.
21 student. Tak? Nie gadamy przez
I was a little fucking nervous at the beginning. You see, adversity is not what I'm scared of. What I'm scared of is social fucking embarrassment and situations. Any social situations is what my fucking problem is. So at the beginning, I was nervous as fuck before I logged in.
Potwierdza pan to, co pan mówi, proszę pana.
Potwierdzam. No więc po zakończeniu liceum...
Oh, I'm just fucking yapping bullshit. Oh.
Obecna sytuacja, jakby.
Yeah, I was confused. I started yapping about like what happened after I finished high school, but no, that's a current situation. Is
Odnośnie tego, czy pan jakby fizycznie musi być na studiach,
Strange.
bo taka jest też argumentacja taty odnośnie tego, czy pan musi wynajmować mieszkanie.
Yeah, I'm supposed to speak to what is my financial situation, what I'm studying, am I supposed to be in class the whole time, blah blah blah.
Słyszałem właśnie wspomnienie o drogim komputerze. Komputer kosztował bodajże 4000 zł.
Oh yeah, the expensive computer, 4,000 zloty. Expensive PC, 4,000 zloty is what? 1k euro? Yeah, 940 euro. And yeah, electronic prices don't carry over electronic prices carry over pretty, like the prices of electronics sustain pretty much from country to country. It's not like food, where food in Poland is going to be way cheaper than in fucking Germany. No, electronics carry their fucking price. So it's a PC for 950 euros. It is not a crazy ass fucking price. It is only crazy because our economy is worse. That's the only... Like, it only kind of seems crazy to him, I guess, to a fucking boomer retard that got sold a shit-ass laptop. 4K what? It's not expensive PC, the fuck.
Nie został mi żaden telefon kupiony właśnie przez ojca tam 2010 roku i musiałem w końcu sobie własny kupić.
Na co to za telefon?
iPhone 2022 SE, czyli taki jakby tańszy model, który nie jest jakby najlepszym.
Yeah, when I said, yeah, he's like, oh, he bought an expensive phone. Bro, I bought an iPhone SE. model 2022 iPhone SE is this tiny fucking piece of shit fucking thing that is this is the fucking size, and this motherfucking thing, the battery was so bad that it wouldn't last through the whole day. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Expensive phone? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Proszę pana,
Yeah, and he's like talking to his fucking lawyer, like, oh, it's an iPhone. What do you mean cheaper? Yeah, there are cheaper models of iPhone, you fucking retard. You think every fucking iPhone costs 5k?
jeśli chodzi o kredyt, to w jakiej kwocie?
Jest 1000 zł miesięcznie, to jest jakby największy jak jest możliwy studencki.
Proszę pana, odnośnie kwestii tych zakupu jakichś tam gier online, coś by pan mógł powiedzieć? Czy
Oh, yeah. He's asking why I spend so much money on World of Tanks.
gier, czy w jakiejś tam grze zakupu jakichś rzeczy?
No zdarzyło się to i nie wiem, czy to był dobry wydatek, czy nie, ale właśnie jeśli chodzi o mój
And
kanał
said, I don't know if it's a good expense or not, but
na YouTube, to
or when it comes to YouTube, I make videos on YouTube that involve video games, and I managed to make some of that money back
właśnie często robię
on YouTube, so it was actually a worthwhile investment, Your Honor. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And it kind of fucking worked, and it's true. It's fucking true as well.
materiały związane z grami i właśnie mój kierunek studiów między innymi też jakby opiera się o grach, między jakby animacja 3D i tam też game design, czyli design gry.
Proszę pana, z tego YouTube'a to pan ma jakieś dochody teraz?
Oh, he's asking if I make money off of YouTube.
Przez tam kilka miesięcy miałem łącznie jakby 4000 około, czy tam 3700 i to były jakby jedyne pieniądze, które otrzymałem.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, generally when I'm responding, I just sound natural, like a fucking guy responding to questions. I don't sound like a fucking robot the way he sounds. He speaks like he's fucking just prepared for hours for this position. I'm just there fucking just answering questions like from my heart, you know. I don't address it into overly complicated terms, and I don't sound like a fucking soulless husk.
Tą kwotę panu przekazuje, czy to są różne kwoty, czy nic może panu nie daje?
To są różne kwoty, zazwyczaj 200, a może 300 zł.
Proszę pana, 200-300 zł od mamy, 1000 od ojca.
Oh yeah, the judge is asking 1,000 from my father, 300 from my mother. How am I? What the fuck are you doing? How are you sustaining yourself?
Jak pan spina budżet?
No, jest średnio. Ogólnie nie wiem jak to podsumować. Płacę 1000 zł za szkołę, 900 za mieszkanie.
No właśnie.
I otrzymuję około 300 od matki. I czasami jeszcze ciocia mi jakby wyśle 200 zł.
Oh yeah, I pay 900 for the fucking flat. I think 1,000 for school. Yeah, I get 300 from my mom. My aunt gives me some. I get 1,000 from my father, and I get 1,000 from the student loan. And yeah, and whatever money I make off of like part-time jobs I find online. And the judge is like, my Christ, how the fuck are you surviving off of this shit in a major city?
Do 500 zł, jakby utrzymać się przez miesiąc, bo resztę po prostu wydaję na...
Czyli najzwyczajniej w świecie to koszty szkoły i koszty stacji pokrywa pan z alimentów od taty plus kredyt, tak? Panie mecenasie, pytania?
No właśnie, jeszcze takie pytanie związane z tym kredytem. Ten kredyt studencki na co został zaciągnięty? Czy ty wydajesz go na jakieś wyjścia, spotkania ze znajomymi, czy jest jakiś konkretny cel, na który on został zaciągnięty?
Zaciągnięty, żeby zapłacić ze stancji.
Drugie
Oh yeah, my lawyer is asking, why did I take the student loan? Is it for going to parties, or is it for paying for the fucking flat? And I said, yeah, I don't fucking go to parties. Yeah, I pay it for the flat.
pytanie, ten sprzęt komputerowy, który wymieniałeś, czyli ten komputer, ten iPhone, czy to
Yeah, my phone and my fucking PC. Yeah, I need them for school. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
jest związane też z kierunkiem studiów, z twoimi zainteresowaniami?
No tak, komputer szczególnie jest mi potrzebny, jeszcze lepszy komputer i będę musiał prawdopodobnie wydać kolejne kilka tysięcy, bo po prostu programy, których używam w szkole są bardzo wymagające jakby na sprzęcie.
A wydajesz na jakieś inne rzeczy, nie wiem, rolki sobie kupujesz, rower, masz pieniądze w ogóle.
Yeah, he's asking, oh, do I spend fucking money on, like, what, a fucking... Yeah, do I spend money on rolls, like fucking, you know, rolling around the city? Do I spend money on fucking bikes? Do I spend money on some bullshit? Or are you broke? I'm broke.
Na to, żeby, przepraszam, że ja na tym mówię, ale to z uwagi na wieki, na to, że
He's talking to the judge like, I'm sorry that I'm speaking colloquially, but you know, it's because of the age to get along with.
się znam.
Też widzi, że pan mecenas prowadzi już sprawę od jakiegoś czasu.
Tak, także, no proszę mi wybaczyć, ale tak trochę nieformalnie się zwracam.
The judge, he likes this fucking, he likes this lawyer. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm leading the case so in a lax way, but it's considering the age, the age of the defendant, and the judge is like, well, I've noticed that you're leading the case the way that you do so laxly for a while now, but it's fine, it's perfectly fine.
Czy masz pieniądze na to, żeby pójść gdzieś z kolegami, żeby wyjechać gdzieś w wakacje, żeby wyjechać gdzieś w ferie? Czy są na to pieniądze?
No właśnie nie mam, tego, że to jest szkoła prywatna, to kredyt muszę wyciągnąć, ale nie mam pieniędzy na wyjście właśnie.
A czujesz się przez to taki trochę gorszy, że...
No yeah, he said that I'm going to fucking private school. All these kids are so fucking loaded. It's crazy, and I'm there I am broke as fuck, sued by my father.
A twoje dzieciństwo, no bo tutaj ojciec mówi, że chciał cię gdzieś zabierać na wakacje, na ferie. Czy kiedykolwiek byliście na takim wyjeździe? Czy były jakieś przeciwwskazania?
Z tego co pamiętam nie byliśmy na wyjazdach.
Ale czy były jakieś przeciwwskazania, że ktoś nie chciał, że ojciec bardzo chciał, a ktoś się nie zgadzał?
Różnie było, ale moi rodzice nie zabraniali mi jakby wyjazdu z ojcem.
Znaczy mówisz o mamie i o dziadkach?
O dziadkach i ciotkach. Nigdy mi nie zabraniali jakby.
Oh yeah, I say my parents because I don't ever it's so natural to me that when I talk about my parents, I don't ever include my father into that definition. So my lawyer had to clarify it in front of the court. That yeah, you mean yeah, my parents never forbade me from going out with my father, and my lawyer is like, you mean by your parents, you mean your grandparents and your mother, right? And yeah, it just comes so naturally to me because I never include my father into like the term parents. I just yeah.
Wyjazdu z ojcem.
A ta twoja sytuacja teraz finansowa, to jest, jak oceniasz ją? Ciężka, dobra?
Jest dość ciężka. No i właśnie bez alimentów ojca nie wiem, czy dam sobie radę.
No to z matematyki wynika, że nie.
No, and yeah, he's asking like, what is your financial situation? And so it's hard, and without all the money from my father, I don't think I would make it. And he's like, my lawyer is like, yeah, mathematically it seems you wouldn't.
Czy kwestia tego wspólnego mieszkania, bo tutaj ojciec proponował, jak ty to...
Oh yeah, my father said that I could move in with him and be there with him and his fucking like random ass wife that he fucking married, and his random ass like disabled children, and I'm supposed to be there with him. It's like, bro, I also had a girlfriend at the time. I'm not gonna fucking be there with you when you're suing me. And overall, I just don't fucking like you. And also, I moved out of my parents' house because I don't want to live with my fucking parents, bro. Like, yeah, fuck off. Like, what do you mean I'm gonna move in with you when you're suing me?
Czy masz jakiś kontakt
How would I even look?
z tą żoną obecną?
It's ridiculous. It's an argument for it to look good in front of the court, but everyone can see that it's retarded.
Twojego ojca z dziećmi? Czy to była komfortowa dla ciebie sytuacja? Czy...
Spotkaliśmy się 2 razy bodajże, albo raz i nie znam jego żony wcale, więc jakby i przy okazji też nie chcę jakby mieszkać z rodzicami, bo jakby jeśli chodzi o życie prywatne albo cokolwiek takiego, to nie wyglądało dobrze i czuć się...
Ale powiedz mi, czy chociażby będąc we Wrocławiu, czy się z ojcem spotykasz, czy macie te relacje takie bliskie, które by chociażby pozwalały na to, żebyście razem mieszkali?
No nie do końca.
No ale ojciec cię zaprasza na przykład na niedzielne obiady do domu.
Nie.
Kwestia jeszcze...
He's asking like, oh yeah, what's your relation like with your father? Does your father ask you to come over to his house? Like, no, and I wouldn't want to.
Czy z YouTube zawarłeś jakąś umowę taką indywidualną?
Nie. To była umowa jakby, która jest wysłana każdemu, który spełni pewne warunki i...
Oh yeah, she's asking if I made some fucking individual fucking contract with YouTube, and I said no, it's a general thing that every fucking guy can get, everyone can get, so long as you meet certain criteria, right? Like this is the monetization process on YouTube. If you get like fucking couple hundred hours, some subscribers and whatever, and then you get monetized, and then from that you can make some money considering how many views you get. Like it's not a fucking boomers don't get that. And so I had to explain it. Soon it's his lawyers, my father's lawyer is gonna ask me questions. That shit's gonna get heated.
Wysoki sądzie, ja dziękuję.
Jeżeli Wysoki Sąd pozwoli, ja bym chronologicznie chciała rozpocząć przesłuchanie. Proszę pana.
She has such an unfortunately bitchy voice. It is what it is. Call it, maybe it is sexism, I don't know, but just women that have the voice that she does are just so unpleasant overall. I don't know. It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Będę się na pan zwracała, bo uważam, że tak wypada. Proszę pana, proszę powiedzieć, pan w 2019 ukończył liceum, tak?
Tak.
Proszę powiedzieć, zdał pan maturę?
Tak.
Ale Wysoki sądzie...
Momencik, bardzo proszę o nie...
She's so instantly like fucking aggressive. Like, oh, you finished school in 2019? Yes. Blah 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 blah. Then then my lawyer interrupts and she's just like going fucking bitch.
Ja nie będę panią mecenas przeszkadzał, ale skoro mamy dokumenty, które są w aktach sprawy, no to wydaje mi się, że zadawanie pytań na te okoliczności...
Pan mecenas pytał o szereg rzeczy, na które są dokumenty w aktach sprawy, więc bardzo dziękuję i dać mi...
Pytałem na te okoliczności, których nie ma dokumentów.
Są dokładnie dokumenty, mogę wyszczególnić, o co pan pytał, ale jeżeli mogę, bym się skupiła na przesłuchaniu. Proszę pana, czy wynik z matury był dla pana satysfakcjonujący, czy pan przystąpił do poprawienia matury?
Nie satysfakcjonujący.
Proszę pana, czy w 2019 roku, zanim pan się zdecydował na wyjazd do Francji zagraniczny, co jest faktem bezspornym, założył pan...
In 2019, when you decided to go abroad, which is a fact, which is an undisputable fact, it's like, okay, yeah, nobody disputed that, bro. Did you have to throw in that overly complicated word? And like, what?
Proszę powiedzieć, wyjechał pan do Francji. Jakie wynagrodzenie pan otrzymał? Czy to było legalne zatrudnienie?
Yeah, I went to France. She's like, oh, was it a legal employment? How much money did you earn?
Tak, to było
Couple €100.
legalne zatrudnienie na polu melonów i...
Yeah, this is the fact where she made a face, because she's probably a fucking bougie motherfucker from upper middle class that her fucking parents paid for her lawyer school ever since she was fucking eligible to apply. Yeah, with the face she made when she heard that I worked at a fucking melon field. Went over here, here's the fucking, you know, what's it called? The attacker? No, it's not the attacker. Or her client, whatever. Here's him that earns 10K zloty a month plus his wife who earns like 2K. And there's me who is working on a fucking melon field in France. Yep. I guess this is when she realized, okay, this case is cooked.
W zależności od tego, ile pracowałem, tyle zarabiałem. Nie pamiętam, ile to było dokładnie, jakieś 1500 może euro na miesiąc i jeszcze płaciłem jakby za zakwaterowanie.
Rozumiem. A proszę pana, jeżeli chodzi o pański wyjazd do Anglii, to kiedy pan? Pamięta pan, kiedy pan wyjechał?
Nie pamiętam dokładnej daty.
Yeah, in England.
Jakoś niedługo po powrocie z Francji.
Czy to było legalne zatrudnienie?
Tak.
Jak długo był pan w Anglii?
Nie pamiętam.
Proszę pana, wskazywał pan, a raczej pańskie
And she's just asking, how long have I been in England? I don't know.
stanowisko
Like
w
7
sprawie
months.
jest następujące, że chciał pan studiować za granicą. Na jakim uczelni? Gdzie pan czynił starania? Gdzie pan robił rozeznanie? Które to uczelnia?
Yeah, she's asking like I was. You testified that you tried to pursue education abroad in the UK. Which university? Which university? Give me the name right now. And I was like, yeah, bro. I was just kind of vaguely looking around, and I spoke to some people that actually were from the UK, and you know, I recognized that holy shit, this is fucking expensive, and also COVID hit, bro.
Nie czyniłem starań, po prostu jakby pytania, z którymi pracowałem, bo oni właśnie
Yeah, I literally say that.
była studentami i dowiedziałem się, że właśnie przez Brexit nie ma takiej możliwości, bo to tylko
Yeah, also Brexit, yeah.
Czyli indywidualne
Fucking Brexit and COVID, like what do you want from me, bro? Of course I'm not gonna get into a university in the UK. Though I could, because my father is loaded. Well, not completely loaded, but I could. With help of my father, I probably could.
starań o
If I worked and he gave me some extra money, because he earns a lot, then I probably could actually apply to a UK maybe thing.
studia magii pan nie przyjmie.
Nie.
But without that, you know.
Proszę pana, proszę powiedzieć, kiedy pan wrócił z Anglii?
Pod koniec 2021, albo nie pamiętam.
Rozumiem, ale wrócił pan, tak? Wrócił pan. I proszę powiedzieć, czy wówczas jak pan wrócił, to zawarł pan umowę z jakąkolwiek uczelnią, interesował się podjęciem edukacji?
Interesowałem się po prostu tymi rzeczami, które właśnie robię na tym kierunku.
Ale czy pan gdzieś
Oh yeah, she's asking, oh, did you apply somewhere?
orientował się, żeby
She's just so aggressive. She could just take it out loud.
rozpocząć studia?
No oczywiście orientowałem się jakby na internecie, jaki kierunek chcę ponieść studiów. To zajęło trochę czasu.
Dobrze, czyli nie aplikował pan nigdzie?
Oh, you didn't apply to any studies.
powiedzieć w takim
Ale była możliwość w ogóle w tym czasie, żeby pan aplikował, jak pan wrócił z
Yeah, he's asking, like, was there even a possibility to apply when you came back, when it was COVID, everything was locked down?
Anglii do Polski?
Wydaje mi się, że już były zamknięte.
No.
Yeah, I said it was closed.
to w takim wypadku jak pan uzasadni podpisanie umowy 9 kwietnia ze szkołą TEP, skoro okres akademicki tok studiów rozpoczynał się 25 września, a pan umowę podpisał 9 kwietnia na kolejny rok akademicki. Skąd ta decyzja, akurat rok później, a nie rok wcześniej, jak pan wrócił z Anglii? Co pana motywowało, żeby zapisać się na szkołę TEP?
Oh yeah, why did I apply to some random ass university after my father sued me? Just like, well, yeah, I was trying to. And when he sued me, then I obviously had to speed up the
Nie
process.
pamiętam dokładnych dat, ale po prostu szukałem szkoły, które jakby odpowiednie.
Ale proszę powiedzieć, skąd ta decyzja w kwietniu, w chwili, kiedy ojciec złożył pozew w sądzie, a nie rok wcześniej, jak pan wrócił z Anglii? Proszę to po swojemu uzasadnić.
No uzasadniam po prostu, nie byłem w stanie znaleźć szkoły, która mnie odpowiadała wcześniej.
Czyli TEP panu w kwietniu 9, jak pan podpisywał umowę?
And she's like, oh yeah, why didn't you apply earlier when you just came back from England? Why did you apply when you got a lawsuit from your father? And obviously I can't exactly say that it was, yeah, because my father sued me, but it was because he sued me. Which wasn't like a nefarious thing, it was just, well, he sued me, so I have to speed up the process way more, right?
Odpowiadał, tak?
No to odpowiadał, ale to też nie była ta szkoła, którą wybrałem.
No na tamtą chwilę.
And yeah, and also I didn't like pursue education in this school.
No ale no to pan tak odpowiedział, no pani
Proszę
mecenas.
powiedzieć, z uwagi na co zdecydował się pan w szkole TEP na zapisanie się na studia zaoczne. A aktualnie pan na drugim końcu Polski, na prywatnej uczelni, kontynuuje studia w trybie stacjonarnym.
Uznałem, że po prostu chcę mieć więcej nauki. Jakby studia zaoczne są tylko w weekendy bodajże, a chciałem mieć po prostu...
Kiedy pan do takiej konstatacji doszedł?
Yeah, why did you go for full-time studies and not the part-time studies that you applied to in the previous school? And I just said, well, I just wanted to go full-time because part-time is just kind of bullshit. And she's like, well, when did you arrive at such a conclusion?
Nie powiem do końca.
And I'm just saying, I don't know. It wasn't like a sudden fucking, oh, there's a light bulb that just like appeared over my head and I emoted Fortnite style. No, I don't know.
Był moment, gdzie miałem
I was looking and then I found it.
Po prostu przez dłuższy okres czasu podejmowałem tę decyzję.
Proszę pana, w dniu dzisiejszym
She's trying to push me really hard, but I'm just there, kind of just fucking answering.
pan zeznaje na okoliczność, że jest panu ciężko finansowo. Czy wiedza i informacja o tym, że studia, które pan podjął, wiążą się z z niebagatelną odpłatnością była dla Pana zaskoczeniem?
Czy byłem zaskoczony ceną studiów?
Był Pan zaskoczony, że studia, na które Pan się zdecydował, wiążą się z taką odpłatnością, że Pańska sytuacja będzie gorsza? Czy jest Pan tym zaskoczony?
Oh yeah, she's asking, am I surprised that the price of the studies is way more? And that it's gonna worsen my financial situation. Are you surprised? And I'm like,
No jestem zaskoczony.
yeah, I'm surprised that my father sued me and he's trying to deprive me of the fucking alimony. Considering it's not a big deal to him and he doesn't even remember the exact prices he paid before.
Została założona sprawa o zniesienie alimentów.
Proszę Pana, ale
A to jest
Yeah, that's the thing that surprised me, that I was sued. And my lawyer is like, oh, yeah, but this is the answer.
Odpowiedź na to pytanie, Wysoki Sądzie.
to znaczy,
Yeah, Your Honor, this is the answer to the question.
w momencie, proszę
Nie
Pana,
brałem tego pod uwagę jakby podczas...
Yeah, I didn't take it into consideration that my father is gonna file a case.
dobrze, tylko proszę Pana, proszę jakby po kolei. Sprawa o zniesieniu alimentów, dowiedział się Pan o niej w kwietniu 2021 roku, a akces i fakt bycia studentem na Dolnośląskiej Szkole Wyższej uzyskał Pan w lipcu, czyli na 4 miesiące później. Czyli już decydując się na studia o tak pokaźnej odpłatności na Dolnośląskiej Szkole Wyższej, wiedział Pan, że tata założył sprawę.
No i dlatego zajęło mi to dłużej czasu, jakby, żeby złożyć tam papiery i żeby podjąć decyzję.
Yeah, then he's like, something about dates. Like, wow, you found out that you were sued and then you still applied to the school that is gonna like cost more money. I'm like, because I'm not assuming that I'm instantly gonna lose the case, I guess. I don't know. It took me a longer time to decide, but I did.
Ten studia, który dostałem, to jest jedyny taki kierunek w Polsce.
Oh, also, yeah, this is the only that was the only like creative media course. That was the only one it was only available in that specific uni in that specific city. So there really wasn't anywhere else I could go if I wanted to pursue this case. If I wanted to pursue this course.
Jakby nie miałem wyboru, jeśli chciałem zrobić te rzeczy, które mnie się interesuje, to musiałem pójść.
Tylko
No, czyli
tak?
Pan wcześniej ale chcę zrozumieć, Pan zanim tata wystąpił z powództwem, Pan już myślał, że Pan chce te studia podjąć,
Na
tak?
tym kierunku, tak.
We Wrocławiu.
Nie,
I was like, specifically in the city that you chose, this is where you were trying to apply to, right? Before, but you weren't, because all the papers weren't filed. I'm like, yeah, I was trying to pursue this kind of a thing. I just weren't exactly sure from which way to approach it, and the only thing that I found that was actually suitable was in that specific city.
te dokładne studia, ale szukałem czegoś właśnie z takim...
Proszę powiedzieć, a skoro to był proces i Pan tak długo szukał, że jeszcze na początku w odpowiedzi na pozew Pan oświadczył, że jest Pan studentem T, to czy chociaż Pan podjął próbę rozmowy z ojcem na temat co...
Oh, she's like, oh, okay, since the process of looking for a specific course, specific university took you so long, did you contact your father and did you try to like talk together and blah blah blah? I'm like,
Co myśli na temat studiowania przez Pana na prywatnej uczelni?
A pan w ogóle takie rzeczy konsultował kiedykolwiek z ojcem albo...
yeah, and then my lawyer is like, has your father ever consulted you about things like that? Like, have you ever spoken about any educational subjects at length or anything?
Ojciec wykazywał
I'm like, no, he never like actually showed any serious interest.
jakieś zainteresowanie tym, gdzie się pan uczy, co pan będzie robił. Konsultował pan to z ojcem kiedykolwiek? Były takie od ojca jakieś inicjatywy podejmowane?
Nie konsultował.
No właśnie, nie konsultował, ale czy kiedykolwiek w ogóle ojciec coś pytał pana o to, doradzał panu, wskazywał jakieś drogi życiowe?
Nie zostałem.
No.
Proszę Pana, a w dniu dzisiejszym Pan też zeznaje, że ta Pańska sytuacja, która jest aktualnie, jakby zaskoczyła Pana. Czy znał Pan cenę uczelni plus warunki, jakie będzie Pan musiał ponieść za
Ale
zakładanie...
Wysoki Sądzie, pan już odpowiedział na to pytanie. Pan jest zaskoczony, tak, tym zaskoczony, że ojciec w sprawie uczelni.
Yeah, are you surprised that the conditions that are happening right now, like the financial conditions and all that, are you surprised by what's happening? And I'm like, And my lawyer is like, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I got sued by my father. And then that's what my lawyer responded with. Just basically repeated the same thing that I said before.
No i Wysoki Sądzie, to jest odpowiedź. No 3 razy Panie
Ale panie mecenasie,
będzie
bardzo
zadawać
proszę nie
pytania.
odpowiadać na pytania za stronę.
Nie odpowiadam za stronę, odpowiadam tylko sądowi, że proszę o uchylenie już tego pytania, bo jest 3 razy zadawane to samo.
Three times. The same question is being asked 3 times.
Proszę pana, dobrze. Mówi pan, że mama daje 200-300 zł, pan daje 1000 zł.
Oh, here we go.
Wiedział pan, że studia kosztują 1000 zł i jeszcze, że będzie pan musiał wynająć stację. W jaki pan sobie sposób wyobrażał swoje utrzymanie?
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, she's summing up all the expenses that I have, and she's asking, well, how do you imagine this is all gonna work?
No, tak jak teraz, czyli utrzymuję się, ale nie jestem bogaty.
Yeah, and I say, well, just like now, I'm managing, but I'm not rich.
Ale jeśli zabiorą, jeśli alimenty zostaną zabrane, to nie jest
And then, yeah, when I get the alimony is gonna be taken from me, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to pursue education.
pewne, dlatego będę musiał rzucić studia.
Proszę pana, a jeszcze tak pana zapytam, czy w ogóle rozważał pan, bowiem ja przeanalizowałem internet i pański kierunek również jest dostępny w tym samym wariancie, w tym samym języku, za tą samą, a nawet niższą odpłatnością w trybie warunków, w trybie studiów niestacjonarnych. Czy w ogóle pan rozważał tą opcję edukacji przy jednoczesnym zatrudnieniu?
She's like, oh, the same price. What the fuck? This is a stupid ass argument. She's like, oh, you can pay the same price and the same everything in the same language, but it's a part-time study, which is like I'm paying 1K zloty a month for 2 days of school. So I'm paying the same amount of money for a worse quality of an experience. What kind of question is that? So what? So I can fucking work full time, pay the same amount of money for a worse experience, and so I don't learn anything? What the-
Niestacjonarne studia to znaczy...
To znaczy, że jest...
Że zaocznie będzie Pan studiował i będzie Pan sobie pracował. Ojciec nie będzie wtedy musiał płacić alimentów.
Yeah, my lawyer is like, oh yeah, you're gonna study part time, so you can work full time, and then your father is not gonna won't have to pay alimony. That's what that is what she's saying, and I'm like, oh, this is retarded.
O to Pani mecenas chodzi.
Nie, ja pytam, czy pan rozważał, podchodząc do tego rozsądnie i mając na uwadze, że osoba dorosła powinna mieć na celu usamodzielnienie się i odciążenie kosztami swojego utrzymania rodziny.
A z jakiego to orzeczenia wynika?
Z bardzo wiele. Może pan odpowiedzieć.
She's like, oh, yeah, a reasonable adult person is supposed to take their financial situation into consideration, blah, 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 blah. And my lawyer is like, okay, so from which statement did you take that from? And she's like, oh, from very many.
No, uznałem tak samo, właśnie to jest powód, dla którego nie poszedłem na pewno chciałem na studia zaoczne, wyszedłem na przywieziony.
You said, I want to study fucking full time, not fucking waste my time. Why would I
Proszę
even...
pana, a proszę powiedzieć,
Why the fuck would I pay the same price for a part-time study? That is just a scam. What the fuck are you saying? I'm supposed to pay the same price for a worse quality of a degree?
czy uważa pan, że tak być powinno, że to ojciec panu przekazuje co miesięcznie 1000 zł, a mama panu przekazuje 200-300 zł?
Oh, now she's asking a really funny question that she doesn't realize what's happening, that she just fucked herself. She walked into a trap. She walked into a trap card. She's like, do you think that it's fair that your mother only gives you 200, 300 zloty a month and your father is giving you 1000?
Nie widzi
Nie
tutaj...
rozumiem pytania.
Are you not seeing a contradiction there or something? And I'm like, I don't understand the question.
Czy widzi pan, uznaje pan to za czynność w porządku, że ojciec
Is it fair that he has to pay like 3-4 times more?
przykłada się do kosztów pana utrzymania praktycznie w całości?
Ale pani zdaje
And then I'm like, do you realize?
sobie sprawę, że mój ojciec łącznie z jego żoną zarabia...
Pana utrzymania praktycznie w całości?
Ale pani zdaje sobie sprawę, że mój ojciec łącznie z jego żoną zarabia więcej niż cała moja rodzina pozostała.
Then I'm like, you realize that my father, alongside his wife, earn more than the entire rest of my family combined, right? that's the answer I gave her. She just kind of fucked herself. Like, yeah, my father alone earns more money than my grandparents' pensions, my mother's minimum wage, and my aunt's minimum wage. Which is like, should I even take my aunt into this equation? Because she's like, she gives us some money, but not really. And it's like, you know, what a question. I guess she didn't realize that.
Jakby ja nie odpowiadam.
No ale to pan już odpowiedział na to pytanie.
Jakby, no, oczywiście, że jest jakby różnica w przekazywaniu pieniędzy w zależności od jakby możliwości.
Yeah, and I'm like, of course there's that discrepancy in like the amount of money each side is able to give according to ability. Like,
Proszę pana, a czy pańska mama w takim wypadku ma kogoś jeszcze na utrzymaniu?
Pomaga swoim rodzicom.
and I say, oh yeah, does your mother help somebody else other than you? And I'm like, yeah, we live with my grandparents.
Mieszka w domu dziadka, tak? Tak jak tutaj słyszeliśmy.
Yeah, we all live together. My mom, my grandparents. Yeah.
Proszę pana, a jeszcze proszę powiedzieć odnośnie tej propozycji zamieszkania z tatą we Wrocławiu. Pan tutaj mówi, że pan się chciał, jak pan dzisiaj zeznał, nie chce mieszkać z rodzicami. To znaczy, że decyzję o tym, że pan zdecydował się wynająć stację, to jednak tłumaczy pan jakimś poczuciem strefą komfortu w tym
Ale
momencie?
to już było wysokie
Nie było, dziękuję. Mogłem uzyskać odpowiedź. Pan zeznał się wprost. Nie chce mieszkać z rodzicami.
Ale nie za...
No, she's like she's asking why she does he want to why your decision to live alone is because you don't want to live with your parents, and is it because of some comfort zone? I'm like, yeah, of course it is. I mean, like,
Jeszcze Wysoki Sądzie 2 zdania więcej były wcześniej, bo przecież ja zadawałem to pytanie.
Bo ja rozumiem, że
No
sama
to
pan,
nie wkładajmy w usta teraz pana Bartosza Pawłowskiego, 21-letniego chłopaka, który musi stanąć twarzą w twarz ze swoim ojcem w sali.
dude, this is a fucking line. Like, I swear, this whole experience was like a movie. Yeah, she's yeah, holy shit.
No to nie wkładajmy w usta teraz pana Bartosza Pawłowskiego, 21-letniego chłopaka, który musi stanąć twarzą w twarz ze swoim ojcem w sali rozpraw, żeby teraz był erudytą, odpowiadał na to pytanie i Wysoki Sądzie kilka zdań na ten temat powiedział dlaczego. I pytanie w tej chwili i wkładanie w usta o strefie komfortu, no Wysoki Sądzie, ja proszę o uchylenie tego pytania.
Bro, my lawyer is the fucking goat, bro. When the opposite side was asking questions to like my father, he was just like there, like this. I could see him scribbling some bullshit on the side of his notepad, and then he would actually write some important things sometimes, but most of the time he was just like writing kind of scribbles on the side of his fucking thing, but he was so locked in. Like, the second he even heard anything, he was just so fucking locked in. And you know, and like he also gave us like a discount, basically. Like, this guy was the fucking goat, bro. The respect I have for this guy is insane.
To znaczy, Wysoki Sądzie, moment.
Rozpraw, że tego chłopaka, który musi stanąć twarzą w twarz ze swoim ojcem w sali rozpraw, 21-letniego chłopaka, były wcześniej, bo przecież ja zadawałem to pytanie.
He's like, yeah, don't, you know, you're making a 20-year-old boy that is that has to face his father, you know, face to face in a court of law. And you're trying to make him an erudite of some sorts. It's like, yeah, you asked this question before, and let's move on. Yeah, she's just trying to stick this point that, like, yeah, my father offered me a place to live, which is like, I just don't even understand where. Like, what are you fucking talking about? So what? You're not gonna give me alimony so I can live with you and your new bitch wife? Oh, maybe she's not a bitch. Shouldn't say that, but it's just, I don't know, bro. I just don't like any of them. Maybe, I think it's probably a bad thing to say, because I don't know her at all. And I bet he's abusing her too, you know, allegedly, but he probably is. People like this don't just change magically overnight. He would need to go through years of therapy to stop being such a fucking chod-ass fucking wife-beating subhuman. So, you know, I'm not gonna live with her fucking 2 disabled children or some shit. This random ass woman and him. Like, bro, are you joking? Yeah, I'm not gonna live with them.
Pan powołuje się, że zdecydował się na wynajęcie mieszkania, bowiem nie chciał mieszkać z rodzicami. Jest to dla mnie istotna okoliczność.
Pan wyjaśnił.
Pan już to przecież odpowiedział na
The judge is like, oh, it was explained.
to pytanie, dlatego ja wnoszę o uchylenie.
Czyli pani jest...
Nie ma pytania. Musi pan odpowiedzieć.
Myślę, że pan powiedział coś wcześniej.
Tak jest.
Ma pan jakieś pytanie?
She, I was very nice to her before we entered the courtroom. She's kind of, she's surprised how much of a resistance I'm putting up.
To znaczy, no, jak mówię, tak?
Tak.
Tak, proszę pana.
Bo tutaj
The thing I said that, like, he's earning more than the entire rest of my family. I don't think she expected that, and that was a pretty good fucking point.
mam wrażenie, że tak naprawdę pan mecenas wkłada aż tak.
Oh,
Ma pan...
my father gets up, he tries to pull on my heartstrings. He's like, I think you, Mr. Lawyer, you're putting words in my son's mouth, and I want to ask if it's really Bartosz, if it's really you that is saying all those things, or is it my lawyer that is putting words in my mouth? Because I'm telling you, up until then, and still now, I'm pretending to be on good terms with my father, and he really just doesn't understand how how I'm able to put up such a resistance. He's like, he thought that he softened me up before, and he manipulated me into just being fine with all that. But no. So when you fucking sued me, the front line was clearly defined for me.
To znaczy, no, jak mówię, tak?
Tak.
Tak, proszę pana.
Bo tutaj mam wrażenie, że tak naprawdę pan mecenas wkłada aż tak w usta mojemu synowi odpowiedzi. Natomiast ja chciałem...
To pytanie to jest.
Dobra, no to pytam, czy na pewno nigdy nie proponowałem tobie, Bartosz, pójścia na studia?
No, he's just asking, have I never offered you to go to study or something?
Czy nie sugerowałem kierunku? I tak
Have I not suggested a course?
no, chciałem o to zapytać, bo tutaj
And no, he hasn't. It was like some vague ass bullshit. It was nothing concrete, nothing really the sort of a talk a father is supposed to have with his son that is lost in life. But yeah, I mean,
pan
am I supposed to have a serious conversation with a guy that is pretending that domestic abuse didn't happen, that he didn't throw my mother off the stairs, and have that be my first memory in life, right?
na sprawie, że
Maybe one day I should tell him that those are my first memories, because I'm pretty sure that he thinks I don't remember.
włożył ci tą odpowiedź w usta, że nie, a chciałem, żebyś mi to powiedział w oczy i chciałem zadać.
He's like, please tell it to me straight in my face. Say it to me while looking me in the eye. And I'm like, you think I don't have the nerve to tell you? Like, I was only nice to you because that was convenient at the time. Like, a lot of guys have this emotional approach of like, yeah, I'm gonna go beat him up. I'm gonna, if I was in your situation, I would beat the fuck out of him. And it's like, bro, just kill yourself, okay? Just beat yourself up, okay? You're fucking retarded. What the fuck? What good would that do? The only thing you would have achieved is to make him more determined to fuck with my life, to fuck with your life. In that hypothetical. Not everything is as plain as, me go punch guy in face. No, some conflicts, you could say, are way more complicated than a physical confrontation, right? When you deal with a manipulative asshole like this, it's a different plane of conflict, if you know what I mean. This is what having our emotions under control looks like.
Za każdym razem mi mówiłeś, że studia w tych czasach to jest jakby podstawa.
Chciałem zapytać, czy na pewno nigdy ci...
Za każdym
Oh yeah, then I'm answering.
razem mi mówiłeś, że studia w tych czasach to jest jakby podstawa taka, że nie do końca to jest potrzebne.
Oh yeah, one time he said that like, oh yeah, studies in these days are a basic thing and it's not always necessary. That's what he told me one time. So yeah, this idea that he always was talking to me and suggesting me things and guiding me is bullshit. Maybe that's what he thinks happened. Maybe maybe he believed his own bullshit at this point. Good liars often believe in their own lies. My lawyer afterwards is saying like, oh, it can't be that your father that is supposed to be your male example in life that is now using a moment of weakness to deprive you of like basic means, you know. Yeah, my lawyer was a god. After one of these court hearings, my lawyer just straight up told me that, you know, okay, well, it was nice. It was it was combative. It is what it is. I gotta go. I have like four more daddies of the year like this to deal with today. So see you. This guy, I like this guy a lot. Fuck, shout out to this guy. It was always a really strange dynamic because sometimes my father would literally drive me from the city because that was it just so happened that I chose a university in the same city where he lived. So sometimes he would literally drive me to my hometown where the court case was happening, and we would both be in the car, and we would just talk, and he would just pretend like nothing is really happening. He would complain about my lawyer and my mother, and I'd be just like vaguely like, but really I knew that he's just trying to fuck with my head. And so long as he believes that he's working, that is good for me. But I well know where the front line is. Who's my enemy, who's my fucking ally. I fully know what's happening. It just didn't work. I wish I could get into more detail, but I have work and shit. Maybe one day I'm gonna make an even more detailed video. This is me in like 2021 or something. I had to work all these like random shit jobs. That's on another video material. Yeah, snowing. Oh, that's me in my drip pulling up to court. Yeah, notice how nice this fucking bathroom is, but this whole house, it's extremely fucking cheap. I think my parents built it for like maybe 125k zloty, which is like what? It's like 30k euros. That whole house was built for like maybe 30k euros. We got some money from because the previous place where we lived, it got completely flooded. It was so flooded. We had like one day, me and my neighbor, we were just swimming in a kayak on the street outside. Yeah, so like don't be fooled. My mother has some good sense of like decorations and shit, but like she's got a good taste for decorations, but don't let it fool you. This shit is very cheap. All this shit was extremely cheap in Poland. Because it really is in the middle of nowhere. Like the nearest store is like what, 5 kilometers away or something. There's no schools really. There's no nothing. I had to move to a different city to even go to high school. Yeah, that's why the flat that I rented is just complete dog shit in the city, you know. Yeah, true. Me with my friends in KFC. Oh, this is literally me in court. I can see the microphone here. True. I don't know if it was on the way to school or where, but you can see my red ass eyes. You can see the basement that I lived in the back. Half the time it was winter and there was a lot of snow. Oh, this is, yeah, me when I had this shit ass job where I was literally promoting a strip club. I was just like handing out flyers and like pulling up to random people and being like, "Hey yo, what's up? Want to see some bitches? Want to see some quality fucking pussy, bro?" It was the shittiest. It was so fucking cancerous, that job. That's, yeah, on another video material, bro. This random cat just like fucking pulled up to me, and I gave him some food that I got from my grandma in a package. Yeah, shout out to this random cat that just pulled up to me at one of the lowest points in my life. I love cats. They're so fucking cool. It legit, it just was here, like it was just the kitchen, I think, or something. And it was just right there, like looking through the window. But it's so cool. Look at it. How am I not supposed to play with it? It was just there. Then I gave it food. It's kitty. Yeah. I saw a missing poster for this cat, but I didn't report it. I think they found it eventually. Oh, it's purring. Meow. Oh.
Nie gryź, nie gryź, nie gryź.
Right, I bought these shit ass Doc Martens. What a waste of fucking money. I had to return them. That was the only time I bought expensive shoes. And they were fucking too big. And I just sold them. I thought I could buy shoes that would like basically be okay for every single time of the year. But first I bought ones that were too big, I sold them. Then I bought ones that were too small, and I sold them again. And both times, it was the same exact size. But one time the size was inaccurate, it was too big, and the other times it was too small. So I sold it, and I just wasted like fucking 100 zloty probably in total. Because obviously I had to lower the price. Waste of fucking money. Meow. Should have adopted it. I should have adopted this cat. Yeah, I would wander around at night. Sometimes couldn't fucking sleep. I would just fucking walk around at the city at night. I found the Big Smoke's fucking wagon, bro. Oh, this is the shit ass apartment I lived in. The old lady that sold it to me, or was the landlord, would sometimes just walk in randomly. It was so fucking annoying. Especially when I was there with my girlfriend. It was like, what the fuck? Oh, there were pictures of cats everywhere, all around this fucking place. There were these creepy ass pictures. Like, what the fuck is this shit? But in front of the house was nice. It wasn't that bad, all things considered. But it wasn't like, yeah, it was fucking... Yeah. Note bogger.